Hi, and welcome to Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, Pittman's Garden Patch. It's the beginning of the 2016 growing season. It's March 19th, 2016, and a quick shout out to my daughter Piper, who's turning 14 years old tomorrow on the 20th. Um, like I said, this is my first video of the year, and as you can see, I'm in my garage and my grow light. Um, where I'm growing most of my plants are in here right now. And you can see I have tons and all kinds of stuff growing on in here. But let me do a quick little setup of what I did down here this year. Underneath, you can see I got a pallet that I cut to size to fit underneath here. And then I bought a little table that's adjustable, so I could put my trays and stuff on them. And that way, if it gets too hot, I could lower the tray down or the table down and adjust the temperature a little bit that way. But I find that when I'm using these Mylar blankets here, sometimes it gets a little too hot, and so I either have to fold one of them up or fold both of them up, as is the case. And I got them tucked up on top of the grow light. So let's kind of go through what I got growing on right now. I have this first two right here are some tomato plants that I started out with. This one right here is a big red, and I think it's kind of a beefsteak kind of tomato, I believe. And this one right here is a brand new one to me. The big red one was also, but this is called a Boxcar Willie, and thanks to Praxis over on his YouTube channel, when I came across the pack of seeds, in the Home Depot store, I was like, "Oh, Boxcar Willie, Praxis grows these," and so I had to definitely pick them up. And he swears by them being his favorite tomato. So I'm giving them a try this year. I had this one right back here against the wall here is a Boxcar Willie also, but I had a boo-boo. As you can see, most of the canopy is gone because I accidentally snipped it off when I was pruning off some of the little lower parts, to try to cut back on diseases. And I accidentally snipped off the main stem. I was so upset with myself. I was like, oh. But there's still some suckers on there, and they'll grow back, so it'll come back to life. And it'll be fine. But I was upset with myself for making such a boneheaded mistake. But it happens. It happens. So moving along here, I got some, regular stuff I've been growing for a little bit, some spinach and things like that. And right here, I have 4 Thai basil plants. It's some variety of Asian basil, which is basically a Thai. Right here in these little small little cups, I had some experiments for my classroom for my first graders to see which seeds would germinate first. And so once they did, I brought them home. This is a couple big red tomato plants. These are 2 sunflowers. This one right here is green bean. Also, a Landreth stringless green bean, which Paraxis swears by those too. And I saw those, I was like, I better get me some of them. And over here in this little cup is some more Thai basil. My main thing that I'm trying this year, and so far so good, a lot of these plants that you see in here are strawberry plants, started from bare root. Normally I don't, this is my first time doing a bare root strawberry plants. Usually I buy the plugs, and I plant them in the fall, and they overwinter, and then they come back in the spring. I wasn't able to get around to that this year, so about a month or so ago, I ordered these, and I potted them up, and I got 50 of them, but I'd say about 45 to 46 of them actually took. So I'm doing pretty good. That's pretty good odds for bare root plants. Getting about 46 or so out of 50. So they're doing good. In fact, I even had a couple do some flowering right here. And, and a couple more back over there in the back there. Oh, there's a brand new one right there. Look at that beautiful strawberry flower right there. And what I do to hand pollinate them, I just come in here and gently just rub around in circles, and that way I get my flowers to pollinate like that. You know. And the thing is, a lot of people say, when these plants are starting out like this, these bare root ones, don't let them flower, the first year, because you'll be rewarded with a bigger crop next year. And that's probably, there's some truth to it, but I'm not too worried about it. I don't know how much I'm going to get, if any, this year, but I'll take what I can get. And they'll grow the rest of the season, and their root system will keep on growing, and they'll do even better next year for me. So I'll take what I can get this year. I'm not going to pick off any flowers, you know. So anyways, other plants I got going on is some watermelon right here, and back over here. I think it's a black diamond variety. Oh, the variety for strawberry plants. All of these are jewel strawberry plants. I hear they're really good. They're a June bearing variety. A lot of reviews say they're excellent. So I'm trying them. Let's see, more spinach plants over here, and a lot of the rest of these are bell pepper plants. And these bell pepper plants are grown from my seeds that I saved from about a year to 2 years ago. First batch didn't germinate very well, but the second batch took off. And I've already come in here and pruned them. Okay, they would have been a lot taller than this, but you can see a lot of this growth right in here. This is brand new growth. You can see it back here. That's brand new growth. A lot of this stuff right in here, brand new growth, and so forth. So this is old growth right here. This leaf right here. I might pull that off, but you can see all this new growth. And what it is this is a method that Praxis showed on one of his videos about pruning your tomato plants and your pepper plants to get a bigger harvest. And this is going on my third season now, I guess, doing this method. It's always done really well for me for my peppers. I've never really tried it so much for tomato plants, but I guess that one back there will be the first one by mistake. But anyways, I don't even really know what variety of peppers these are. I think they're orange bell peppers, but I'm not absolutely sure. I don't think they're California Wonders. I'm pretty sure of that. But in any event, I'll get what I get, and I'll be happy with it. But yeah, we prune them after it gets about 3 or 4 sets of true leaves. I prune them back, and that forces the little side shoots to start growing, sort of like suckers on a tomato plant. It forces them to start growing, and then you get a lower, bushier plant, and you get much more fruit production, and the stem also gets thicker, and that allows the plant to be more sturdier and hold all that weight of those increased of the increase of peppers that you're going to get. So it really works. I highly recommend it. Go over to Praxis channel and check out his pruning videos on this stuff. It really is great. I can't think of anything else right now. You can see this strawberry plant just started not too long ago. Just started sending out its leaves finally. Nothing going on here. So that's why I said not everything is foolproof, and some plants are doing much better than others, but that's okay. This is the beginnings. I've had this going on for a while. This is, not day one for these seeds, obviously, but it won't be too much longer. And here's what's going on with these tomatoes. One real quick, the technique is I strip off the bottom leaves and everything, and then eventually what I do is when I take this outside, I bury this as deep as I can and just prune off everything except for maybe the very tops. That way I can bury the stem even deeper into the ground, and the roots, of course, will grow from that and be able to get more nutrients, more water to the plant, and help it to survive the hot summers. So I'm going to go ahead and go for now, and I'll do another video here maybe later on today where I go out to my apple trees, and the blueberries are in bloom, but we're getting a little bit of a cold spell just pop through because it's been warm for the last 2 weeks, 60s and 70s, and so most of all my blueberry bushes are in bloom, and now here we are, looking to get to some kind of cold weather overnight in like the next 3 or 4 days. So I'm hoping that the blueberries will survive and the buds will survive and everything, and hopefully it won't do any damage. So, all right. So from Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, Pittman's Garden Patch. Thank you for tuning in, and if you have any questions or comments, please post them in the down below, and I will answer them. And you guys have a great growing season. Bye.